Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Had a little technical difficulty there. I have been on the road and welcome everybody back to the show. Oh my God, it has been one incredible experience. Cowboys experience. Oh, we're already voting for business. I'm just bear with me tonight, guys. Mm. We left at 10:30 this morning. Stopped off at Nashville. Got here, came back. Had Philly 500 on and did a great little stream with him. Dude shaved his head because he was dumb enough to bet. Take a look at the video and you'll see. Oh, and okay. Let me get this out the way because this trip would not have been possible for some people. There's Sarah. Sarah, miss you already. Sarah, you and Jackie, thank you too for all the support. But I got to tell you, Cowboy. There's an echo? Okay, hold on. Let me make sure. Echo work. Okay, that should take care of it. Hopefully that took care of the echo. Echo too much. Okay. All right, let me know if it's gone. Should be gone. I forgot I ended up plugging in don't worry. I had to hook everything back up. The echo should be gone now. Just give it a second. I still have an echo? Hang on one shake. Okay. That should take, it's gone. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Echo, echo, echo. Got it, got it, got it. Forgive me. I was on the road, man. I got up at 3 o'clock this morning, couldn't go back to sleep. So forgive me. You know I'm technology challenged. I'm not like Big Game James and have a producer that takes care of this stuff. It's me, the one-man show. I see Boomer Sooner. I see Eddie. I see David. I see Marcus. I see Aaron. I see Anthony. I don't even know what the first one is, but 8706. I see Jerry, the referee. I see Eric. I see Miles, Marcus, Sarah, of course. Okay, so guys, I got to give thank you and props to some people. Cowboys experience, my God, you guys saw all the stuff that I do. You can do that with the Dallas Cowboys if you hook up with my man Barry and Cowboys experience. They treated me like royalty, but not just me. They treated everybody who came through there. You literally feel like family. Um, I can't wait to do some more stuff with them. I can't wait to go back to Dallas. It was freaking incredible. Barry, if Cowboys make the playoffs, look out for a brother. But also, I got to give a big shout out to Michael Anthony Fitness because Michael ended up supporting me getting this thing done. And I got to tell you, check out Michael's page. Michael got other footage and things that I didn't get. In fact, because I try and press the flesh, I try and hang with the fans and stuff. But Michael got Drew Pearson actually out with all the crowd and stuff and answering questions. He just schooled me on something I didn't know.
I know you.
Okay, but Drew Pearson played another sport, and I bet you cannot answer what sport it is. If you want the answer to that, I'm telling you that would be one hell of a trivia question. You want to stump a real Cowboys fan, go to Michael Anthony Fitness's channel and check out some of those interviews and stuff that he has out there. The stuff is great. He's working hard and everything else, and I could not have done what I did in here without his help. I got to also thank the great fans out there, Sarah, Jackie, Kristen, all of you people who came through and supported me and the channel, and the event was just unbelievable. And I'm still trying to understand why my computer keeps freezing up on me.
I know that one guy.
Sorry, I'm not seeing my chat. For whatever reason, my computer, I've got to check my cable lines and see if they've messed up on me or not, because they literally, I am not seeing the stream. Hold on, I gotta reload this. But it was incredible, and thank you guys, everybody who came there. I'm gonna give you a Jason Garrett clap because you did an outstanding job in being there, making me feel You guys made me feel like a celebrity. I mean, literally, I'm humbled by the experiences of an event like that. And I got to tell you, yesterday was kind of like an out of body experience being there at the stadium. Literally, um, it's almost like it was a blur. You know, there's so many things that were happening. There's so much that was going on. When you're in the moment of something, you don't always get everything. And you kind of come back and then you start thinking about it and reliving it and remembering what was going on. And that's when I realized some of the things that were going. Hang on, let me do one thing real quick because I've got. Okay, actually, it's back up. I got for some reason I've got multiple computers that are all hooked up with the Wi-Fi and everything else. There's actually 4 computers going on at the same time, and then of course there's the Wi-Fi with the Roku where Michael's watching TV and everything else. And my computer with the chats on there is freezing up on me, so I can't see the comments, and so I have to reload it. So forgive me for a second. Okay, it's coming back up. Wentz is overrated. Well, it's funny because I had a conversation with my boy. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Super chat from Junebug. Man, welcome your highness. Glad your son. Oh, come on, man. I am not your highness. Don't start that. Um, don't start that kind of stuff. I am Joe the fan, just like everybody else. I love the Dallas Cowboys, and because you guys love me, I get some opportunities to try and bring more and more coverage to you. I hope that you guys liked what we did. Um, Doing something like that makes me hungrier. It makes me want to. Always a lady. Thank you for the kiss. I appreciate that. It makes me want to do more and more and more. And after doing that, it makes me want to get more coverage, better stuff. Now, there's something that happened, and it bothers me. Okay. And I know I'm going to have people that come after me and say this stuff. Super chat from David Alexander. Trying to go to the game against the Bucks. Got to meet you, bro. Try to get a wolf howl. Oh my God. It was cool as could be. Our bus was parked right across from the Van Der Esch bus. So I went over with Joe Boo and I said, "Excuse me, where's Van Der Esch's mother?" And I met her. She wanted to take Joe Boo. I'm like, "You can't have Joe Boo. Sorry." Sean Lee wanted Joe Boo. Maybe he should have gotten him, but I couldn't give up Joe Boo. But that was cool meeting her. And I'm wondering if she went to her son and said, "This guy gave me a card, Joe Boo Sports Report," and he had a voodoo doll. But that was interesting. But I remember sitting there in the stands and watching Dak make mistake after mistake and seeing the Cowboys get in the red zone, not score touchdowns, and then all of a sudden, turnover here, turnover there, everywhere, turnover. The Eagles are back in the same. They got some momentum. And I'm listening to the fans that are behind me about our garbage-ass quarterback. He sucks, man. We need another quarterback. Typically like most of the trolls that are on in here. And I started going through, man, and I was saying, because Michael was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Michael was pissed. Michael was mad as hell. And, quite frankly, I was just like, I can't believe we're blowing this. And I'm just like, if we lose this thing, I'm going to get blamed. Me and Joe Boo were on the sideline, the Cowboys sideline before the game. If the Cowboys lose, they're going to say, "Don't bring Joe Boo back ever again. Keep that thing away from here." But I realized something. I'm going off on a tangent here. But I realized something when I was talking with Philly 500. Philly 500 said, "I have never in my life seen a call like that fumble on the kick." He said, "How is it they couldn't figure out that the Eagle got the ball? He was standing there holding the ball, and yet they gave it back to the Cowboys." He said, I've never seen anything like. He said that was the craziest thing in the world. He said it was just unnatural. And I'm going to tell you, and you can make up your own mind on this. There's been a few times where I've had to look at Joe Boo side-eyed. We got onto the sidelines before the game, came out of the tunnel there, and we were on the 15-yard line. That's where we stood most of the time, taking pictures. If you look at my Instagram, there's all the fans that I met. I hope I got all of you guys on there, but I've been posting all those on there. That's what I'm going to do whenever we meet fans. We'll put you on Instagram. But we had Joe Boo, and I remember the guy saying, listen, you cannot go past the white line. If you go past the white line, you're getting jacked up. And then on the other side of the white line, there's a yellow line about a foot away. And I set Joe Boo on the other side of the yellow line. On the 15-yard line. On the same side as the field that fumble was on. And that call was overturned. Now, I don't know, honestly, if Joe Boo had anything to do with that. I don't know. But I'm just saying, Joe Boo was literally 15 feet from where that fumble and that call occurred. In fact, the officials, the review booth, was right there behind where we stood. I don't know. But I know this. That game is the typical kind of game that we used to lose. And you know what I'm talking about, because remember how many times we've had great games and we're sitting there in the end saying, okay, how are we going to lose it this time? What crazy thing, what unnatural, unearthly thing, what call that's never been called before is going to happen and we're going to lose the damn game? You know what I'm talking about. You know, like when we played Green Bay against Matt Flynn up 26-3, somehow we find a way to lose it. Somehow every time we play Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, he makes a miraculous play that literally, a hair off and the game would have been over and we move on. It's always some crazy stuff like this. But I got to tell you, I believe the Cowboys have got some mojo. I don't know if it's Joe. I'm not saying it's Joe, but I don't know. But all I know is they have a will to win, and they now have a little bit of a swagger. This team, this roster that has turned completely over from basically the 2014 team, is young, it's hungry, and it doesn't get rattled. So I'm thinking back to last night, and I'm listening to the guys behind me and things. They're nice people and stuff. The lady behind us, it was her birthday that day, so happy birthday to her and things. But they were saying how much our quarterback sucks. If we only had a decent quarterback, we would be winning things. They said this even after we won. And I know Dak Prescott, we didn't get in the end zone and things, but there's something about him in the fourth quarter. 14 game-winning drives. And not even 3 seasons. Not even. I see you guys finally got the joke there. Don't you love that? Zeke Elliott standing over the casket there. Yeah, good effect, isn't it? Right? Yeah, I kind of thought that, you guys. I was waiting to see who would finally see that. But understand that this is where it's crazy. I called them because they had me questioning. They had me questioning my quarterback. Okay. Every time we hear something about Dak Prescott, he changes the narrative on it. Beginning of the season, he's regressed. Okay. He regressed and he started coming up because, he kept saying he can't throw for 200 yards. He's Tim Tebow. He's a dink and dunk guy. Okay. All right. Then start picking up the yardage. Starts getting 240s, 250s, 270s. Okay. All right. So then the narrative moved up to he's had a ceiling. He can't throw for 300 yards. He's limited. He doesn't have the arm strength. Okay. He can't read. The offense is limited. Okay. All right. We hear what you're saying. But now he threw for 445 yards. 240 some in the fourth quarter. He threw more yards in the fourth quarter than Carson Wentz through the whole game. So we're talking about Dak Prescott sucked, and needs to be replaced, but he threw more passes in the fourth quarter alone than Carson Wentz threw in the whole game. But even though he was having some bad throws, Dak Prescott owns the fourth quarter. Fourth quarters used to be where we would always collapse and lose games. I'm sorry, 455 total. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me because I didn't have Wi-Fi on the plane, so and I didn't get a lot of sleep. But yes, but he owns the fourth quarter. Listen to these statistics. This year, okay, in the fourth quarter, 89 completions out of 132 passes. That's a 64.7% completion rate. Of his 3,000 yards, or almost 3,000 yards in the season, 1,001 yards have been in the fourth quarter this season. Add to that 124 yards rushing, 4 TD passes, 3 rushing touchdowns, and 1 interception in the fourth quarter with a 96.8 rating. Now, we know we're Dallas Cowboys. We don't blow people out. Every game we play is a close game. And the fourth quarter is as much pressure as you get, and they don't get right. It doesn't matter what happened before. David Alexander with the super chat. Thank you. Oh, wow. You know what, David? Yeah. Week 14 Eagles, 23-29. Cowboys, coincidence. Wow. That is crazy. 2018 and 2016. Damn. That is crazy. But thank you for the super chat. But he owns the fourth quarter. Now, people will say, oh, my God, he's missing players. Oh, my God, he's overthrowing him. He's inaccurate. He's a bum. He can't hit anybody. Now, I know you're going to say, the haters out there are going to say, you're manipulating statistics. Okay, so I know there's no win with you guys. That 80% that just is never going to be happy with anything. Oh, no, I'm not going to shave my head bald. I mean, I don't have that far to go, but no, I don't. I got a lumpy head. That's not a good look. I wouldn't put that onto the world. But here's what's interesting. On passes over 30 yards, clearly that's not dink and dunk, right? Passes over 30 yards, Dak's completion rate is 28.6. And I know what you guys are saying. That sucks. See? I told you. Hate to tell you. That's the exact NFL average of quarterbacks. And we're not talking about us having, like, Julio Jones and Sanu and Calvin Ridley having a whole plethora, whole bunch of really great wide receivers, Like Big Ben's got, Juju Smith, and he's got, Brown. Okay? We don't have a lot of great ones. We got Amari Cooper. But the fact that he is league average, at least on passes over 30 yards, when people say he can't hit anybody, understand, the deeper the ball goes, the less chance you have of connecting. But here's the thing, going back to this fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins got a fully guaranteed contract. And it always seems like Kirk Cousins has an oh-no in the fourth quarter. I remember being in the opposite end zone in one of those games at that toxic waste dump, FedEx Field, and watching the Redskins up one score, about to go up a second score, and Kirk Cousins throws an interception in the end zone, and the Cowboys go down the field driving, and Morris ends up getting the touchdown run. A game that we had no business winning, with the exception of the quarterback threw us the ball in the end zone. He choked. I remember seeing in the Super Bowl, Matty Ice. Jason, great meeting you too, man. I'm smart? I don't know about smart. Maybe a smart ass, but I don't know about smart. But remember Matty Ice in the Super Bowl with that team up? Huge. But forget about them, letting them come back. The fact that that team, all they had to do was kick a field goal. All they had to do was run out the clock. Instead, he takes a sack. They choke. Incomplete pass. Out of field goal range. Punt to the Patriots. Go down the field. Tie it up and win in overtime. Dak don't do those things. He may mess up in the first, the second quarter, third quarter, but he gets his stuff together in the fourth quarter. And you guys, you watch something special. That reminded me of, God, I hate to use these guys, because I know when I use this, you guys are going to say I'm a homer or I'm a bandwagon fan. But I remember the Redskins and the Broncos in the Super Bowl. John Elway goes down, leads the team, boom, quick touchdown. They get a field goal. They're up 10-0. And at that time, nobody had ever come back from a deficit in the Super Bowl before. It just didn't happen. It's not like the choking dogs, the Falcons. Doug Williams goes down, twisted knee. Jay Schrader comes out for 2 plays. Does nothing with him. Doug Williams comes back out. On one leg, has 4 TD passes in the second quarter, and they blow out the Broncos. Watching that kind of gave me that feeling with Dak. Because I've got some clips that I've got to put together. I need to really get a simple moving editing set, because literally I kept doing clip after clip after clip. Thank you, Thomas Garrett, for the super chat. But literally, I started just kind of doing like a diary. 3 minutes and 58 seconds left, and oh God, we're down, or tie score. Eagles have the ball, blah, blah, whatever it was. But I did one of these, and all of a sudden it was that boom, bombed Amari Cooper. And it was like, are you kidding me? The excitement and the atmosphere, the fans. I've been to quite a few games there. I go at least once a year. But I have never felt AT&T rocking like that yesterday. I'm telling you, this team has got some mojo. I don't know how far they'll go, but I got to tell you, I feel damn good about it. Mark, Dak can't hit 13. Yeah, well, you're saying gravity. You're right. They can't leave it. Now, here's an interesting thing, though. Here is an interesting thing. But bottom line, we killed Dak about those 2 interceptions. But I remember Tony Romo, St. Tony, against the Redskins throwing 3 picks that we never even got close to them. He made up for the early mistakes. We got the win. We've had 30 wins in 3 seasons, second behind only the New England Patriots. And he's still young. David Alexander with the Super Chat. Eagles worst defending Super Bowl champs now. Well, the worst would be the Giants were 6-10, and they've got an opportunity to tie that. So yeah, there's that. There is definitely that. With the Rams coming up next week, yeah, all of a sudden it's going to get bad. Thank you, JR. Yeah, Brandon Whedon couldn't win with a healthy offensive line. Des Bryant, T. Will, Beasley. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what's amazing right there. That we've averaged 10 win seasons every year with him, and everybody says get rid of him. Whatever it is, you got to look at this and say that Dak to Amari is the shit. Right now, honestly looking at it, Dak to Amari is better than Romo to Dez. And I will argue with anybody on that one because I got to tell you, Amari don't have the drops that Dez had. And Dak, fourth quarter, he owns that. Now, you guys can still say that I'm blind because you've told me I'm an idiot. You told me that, I just love Dak Prescott. He is Saint Dak, and you just defend him and all that. You just won't admit that he sucks. Well, you know what? I'll take him anytime. You can say he's a dink and dunker. You can say he can't read. He's just slow in the pocket. He's taking too many sacks. Oh, no, by the way, Pro Football Focus, of all of the 47 sacks we've had, basically they say 11 of those are actually on Dak. So not every sack is Dak Prescott's. And we've had an offensive line that's been in flux. So cut this guy some slack. And instead of being pissed off today, why don't you be happy that we went from 3-5 looking inept to being one of the hottest teams in the NFL, to being very deep in the NFC East, to now having a 3-game lead because we own the tiebreakers. How about we be happy about that for a minute? How about that we be happy that we watched a thrilling-ass game, that I got a bonus quarter when I went to Dallas? Can we just enjoy it for a minute? In the end, only one team's going to win the Super Bowl. But can we just enjoy this moment? Because I'm going to tell you, I've been to a lot of Super Bowls. And the thing that amazes me about the Super Bowl, when you go there, I'll give you Detroit, for example. We used to go to Detroit every year for Thanksgiving because United Way did a halftime show. So I drive to Detroit and everything else, drive everybody around, and the rehearsals and stuff. And downtown Detroit, there used to be a lot of vacant buildings before they really came through with all the casinos. And it was a dump. But when they had the Super Bowl there, those vacant buildings, boom, they were pop-up shops. Boom. They were pop-up, hotels and bars and clubs and everything else. There was not a speck of dirt. There were no homeless people. There was no crime. It was like a totally different city. The parties, the atmosphere, everything is incredible. But you know what the amazing thing is? When you get up that next morning after that Super Bowl, it's all gone. It is gone. Everything. The pop-up clubs, the NFL experience, all the signage, all the video trucks, all the people, everything is gone. And Chris, or Chase, I don't smoke anything. So that moment for the Super Bowl is gone like that. What you need to do is enjoy the ride of getting there. Life is short to be always pissed off and mad. Because you know what? You can't change what happened 5 seconds ago. You can only change things from here forward. So why don't we start enjoying the fact that we have won 5 games in a row? The fact that our defense, something that used to be our redheaded stepchild, right now is the #2 defense in the NFL in points. It is 4th in total defense, and it is 8th pass defense and 3rd against the run. Amari Cooper, right now over the last 5 games, has more yards receiving than anyone. That Dak's got some issues. But I got to tell you, it's going up. Keep it up, Chase. Keep it up. I'm drinking coffee, thank you. Well, Tyron Smith's got the. You're right, Bill. And Bill, great question, by the way. Tyron's wearing a knee brace on his arm. Tyron Smith has had back issues and knee problems. His body is breaking down. He's still, when he's out there, still good, but he's got some issues. And quite frankly, when Zach Martin went down, oh my God, I was just like, oh Lordy. Zach Martin has been a trooper. Zach Martin, you'll remember, ended up hurting his knee in training camp and ended up not doing training camp. And it was in doubt if he was going to start the season. But he's been playing with that thing banged up real bad. I remember the Redskin game. He went into the locker room early. Anthony LeBlanc, thanks for the super chat. Mr. 30442, a.k.a. Jaya, David Alexander, and Extreme Archery. Come on, guys. Now let me read the chats here. You're coming through with them so fast. If we win, that's right. It'll be an Amari Christmas for everybody. We'll win the division. Now, I forgot my take there. But let's enjoy this for a minute. We are headed to the playoffs, guys. 2 out of the last 3 years. We will have 3 years in a row without a losing record. Let's enjoy it. But Zach Martin gave up 2 sacks yesterday, which is something that he does not do. And that's where you have to start wondering how good is that leg, and how bad as much has it been really bothering him, and it just finally gave out to the point where he couldn't go. The good news is they don't think it's bad. It's not structural. He should be back in a couple weeks, so maybe we get some rest and stuff in there. But I got to tell you, we're still giving up sacks, and we'll probably actually give up more sacks this season than last season, which is crazy. But Dak has been able to weather through those. But you got to look at how this offensive line has been shuffling around. This offensive line is nothing like our 2016 or 2014 offense. Tyron Smith has been hurting all season. Zach Martin has been hurting all season. Travis Frederick has been gone all season. And you got La'el Collins, the only other starter from last year. That offensive line has been completely in flux. Andervon with the super chat. Marcus Holman III. How many Tyron Smith penalties were legit, and how many can we expect in the future? You know what? I got to tell you, I haven't looked at the film, and being up where we are, it's hard to tell everything that went on through those. But we get more holding calls against us, and we never get any on the other teams really against for our defense. It's just the way it is. I mean, getting the lowering the helmet on Zeke Elliott, I don't remember seeing anybody else call with that this year. I may be wrong. I may have missed it. But it's kind of like, do the officials go through the book the night before the game and say, let's find some penalties that nobody else calls, and we'll call those against the Cowboys? Anita Taylor, you're right. Everybody, that's the thing. And this is part of the problem that there's so much hate there is because we're America's team. Nobody talked about Carson Wentz. We won the game and our quarterback's garbage. Think about that. We won the game and everybody's talking about Dak Prescott being garbage. Carson Wentz had 228 yards. Nothing. They only focus on the Cowboys because guess what? That's the money cow. You are getting paid to talk about the Cowboys. There's so many of us that want to hear about the Cowboys. There's so many that are out there that want to hate the Cowboys and want to have reasons to hate. Thank you very much, Christopher Randolph, for that super chat and the kind words. Thank you very much. I tell you what we're going to do. This event was incredible. Like I said, Barry was cool. He ended up giving me a bunch of these Emmitt Smith books that I'm going to start giving away. And while we were there at the autograph signings, I ended up getting some more shirts. Zach Martin, right there. Boom. Ed Too Tall Jones. And I got to get some more cases for these. Travis Frederick. I didn't get... The one thing that didn't go right on this trip was I didn't get 88. I didn't get his autograph. Didn't get a Joe Boo signed jersey. Did get the interview, but didn't get that stuff from him. So hopefully next time maybe I'll get lucky and be able to get that. But what I'm going to do is everybody who gave a super chat tonight, as well as for the month of December, I'll do a drawing. I'll go through and I'll make a list of this. And I'm still looking for one person who ended up winning the Dak Prescott shirt last year. Everybody else by now should have gotten their shirts. I know, like Brian from Brian SoCal, I know he got his because he sent me a picture of it. But I've sent out all of those shirts, so all you people that say I'm a crook, that I'm a thief, and all that, understand the shirts went out to everybody they belong to. So hopefully we'll do that straight. And what I will make sure we do in the future is when I pull one, I will make sure I send that one the next day because I'm old and I'm beginning to get dementia and I just suck with email. Wait a minute. David Sanders. Mark, heard the only called the bogus lowering your head penalty rule 8 other times in the league. Why? 32 teams over 13 games this season so far. Yeah. But is it me or does it just seem like officiating in general has been just terrible? Rest in peace, Eagles. Amen to that. Stop comparing your quarterback to anyone else. Dak is no one else. You're right about that because you look at the rushing touchdowns he's had in his career, his passing touchdown. He's got quite a few touchdowns in there and not a lot of interceptions. Cowherd is a joke. I didn't hear. But Chase, here's what's crazy. I'm doing this keto diet, okay? With my knees being as bad as they are, every pound that you have extra is literally 4 pounds. It's amplified by 4 times. So if you lose 20 pounds, it's like taking 80 pounds off when you walk. And so the doctor's like, if you could lose a few pounds, it'll be good for you. My blood pressure started going up just a little bit, and I've always had real low blood pressure. And I didn't want to buy new clothes because I'm cheap like that. And so I hit 271 and a half, and I said, you know what? I got to start doing something different. So I started diet. My wife's been doing it for a while, and it's been working actually really good. But you have to give up carbs. I like baked potatoes and mashed potatoes, and I like candy and all that, and sugar and bread. But what's crazy about it is once you get past those cravings for that, because they eat a lot of fat, get a lot of meat and everything else. In the 2 weeks I've been doing it, I've lost 13 pounds. And what's crazy is I got more energy than I know what to do with. So Chase, I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning and could not go back to bed. Could not go to sleep. I got up and started editing and uploading videos, and I've been up ever since. So I don't know where you see if I'm, boom. Um, well, I don't know, and it's funny because people say, "Oh, you can't do it long term and stuff," but I don't know that you can do all the sugar and all the carbs and stuff and um, doing things that I was doing differently than this was the recipe to have a heart attack. So I know if I drop 20 or 30 pounds, it's got to be better than being at the 270. So, so far, I don't know. Do I look like I'm starving to death? Do I look like I'm hurting? We'll see. I've got a friend of mine who got me on this. He started about a year and a half ago, and he's lost 120 pounds. And dude is cut the F up. So I'll take his advice because I want to look like that again. Who's this skinny guy doing the show? Ah, okay. All right, Manster. You get the Jason Garrett clap. All right. Okay. That's a good one. Why do your videos lose audio? EJ, it's my cell phone. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. I'm trying to figure that out right now because it seems like it just doesn't know rhyme or reason. Because usually I'm out and about and it's like, oh, let me just pop up my cell phone and I can upload it from right there in real time. But I'm gonna have to figure out something else, or I'm gonna need to start taking my other cell phone that I have here, which is actually running my desk. But that doesn't work because it doesn't have it's not hooked up. But anyway, I'll figure it out. So I'll get it straight. I apologize on that. Okay, we're not going to talk about that kind of crap, Bill. Okay. Oh, boy. Unbiased Cowboy fan. He's another Tim Tebow. Okay. I don't think Tim Tebow threw for 200 some yards in a quarter, but I may be wrong with that. These things are going so quick, I can't read them. Yeah, that's the thing. And also, you got to get the fats on there as well. David Alexander with another super chat. Thank you. Yeah, so DeMarco Murray had that same kind of call back in the day. Yeah, back in 2014. Yeah, again, we're Cowboys, so we never get the benefit of the doubt. And right now, talking about an ugly game, Seattle 3-0 over Minnesota. So all you guys are talking about how bad Dak is. Think about how much money they spent for Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, and they're not even sniffing the playoffs. It was Thomas. It was actually 8 games that we went without a holding call, against the opposition's offense. Yeah, it was 8 games. So yeah, what it amazes me because the Eagle fans were all, oh, the referees gave you that. There was 11 penalties called on us, and only 5 called on them. So how did the referees give them the game? Website for NFL penalties. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Well, unbiased cow. Really unbiased Cowboy? Are you sure about that? Because Kirk Cousins has a way of choking in the fourth quarter, and you do know that Kirk Cousins has actually never beat Dak Prescott. You know that? I don't. Maybe you don't know that. Are you sure you're unbiased? Well, here's the thing, Jerry. What you pay him now is relative because what's going to happen is one, salary cap's going to go up 10 million a year plus, and I think you're about to see actually the cap explode. And the reason why I say that is, take a look at how the NFL right now is evolving. You notice how we had like All or Nothing, Season on the Brink on Amazon Prime? You notice how now the NFL streams Sunday night games and Thursday night games? What they're doing is they're putting that out there. There's going to be one of those companies, be it Google or Amazon or Netflix, that's going to pay the NFL a boatload of money to be able to stream games with the next collective bargaining agreement. You watch,
Yahoo
and
Sports.
Yahoo Sports
They do
maybe.
the local games, the Thursday, Sunday night,
Yeah,
Monday night games.
somebody's going to pay a
I was like,
boatload of money
they're
for
already
that,
doing it.
and that's going to make the cap go up. And here's the thing that you got to understand about the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are creative as hell when it comes to the cap. There's ways you can go ahead and do contracts. We signed Tyron Smith to a $96 million contract when we were over the cap because they're creative as can be. And unlike other teams, we're looking to have 68 plus next year. And you don't know. There may be a couple of players that are long in the tooth that may end up not returning that give you more cap relief. Somebody like Sean Lee may become a coach, for example. All of a sudden, there's another $8 million right there. So they can sign Amari Cooper. They can sign DeMarcus Lawrence. If anybody has any doubts on DeMarcus Lawrence, just leave the Cowboy Nation. You just don't know anything about football. That guy is a beast, incredible beast. What he has done the last 2 years is nothing short of incredible. You can sign him. You got your offensive linemen taken care of. You don't have to worry about them. Hopefully Travis Frederick comes back. Hopefully Tyron Smith gets better. But you got to understand that maybe he needs to be moved over to the right side, and you start looking at getting a left tackle again. But we'll deal with that next offseason. You'll be able to sign Dak. You'll be able to sign Zeke. You'll be able to get those guys under the cap. And the great thing is this team is so young. You have a lot of depth that we didn't have before. Just take a look at the offensive line. Connor Williams with the offseason is going to get stronger. He's going to get bigger. He's going to get better technique. You found now a guy like a Joe Looney who now has experience. If Travis Frederick comes back, he's going to be able to be plugged in different places. So your offensive line, you actually look pretty good right now for next year. You look at your wide receiver. You got Amari Cooper now. I know we don't have a first-round pick, but you got Amari Cooper. You got Zeke Elliott, who still is relatively young. You find a tight end, you're going to be okay. So I'm not so worried about getting those guys signed. I think we'll be able to do that and still have some money to work with. The thing that kills me is everybody is so concerned about how much money we got to pay Dak. It's relative. Look what other teams have had to spend on quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins got a boatload of money. Nobody screamed about how much money he was going to make. Look at Sam Bradford got $20 million. People are saying, "Oh, we'll pay Dak 15." If Sam Bradford was worth $20 million for 1 year in Arizona, how are you going to say Dak just take 15? And he's got 30 wins in 3 years. David Alexander likes hearing his name with an echo. Thank you for the super chat. First Cousins, right? That's what I'm saying. Kirk Cousins got what was it, 90 million guaranteed? And what has Kirk Cousins done? Nothing. Yeah, he did roll that. Yeah, you can't be perfect all the time, Brian. I know he rolled it. You hit a battle. Everybody makes mistakes. And do you not make any mistakes? Are you exactly perfect? Because I know I'm not. I'll butcher your name up in a minute. It's actually the wolf and the predator is actually what they were calling themselves. Van Der Esch, of course, being the wolf, and their family was out there cooking all. I mean, I wanted to grab one of the Van Der Esch's brats they were cooking out there last night, but I didn't want to try and get beat up or anything. Well, you know what you have to start kind of looking at when you start talking right now? It's still a little early, but Dak, Zeke, and Amari, triplets, anyone? Zeke has to be an MVP candidate, Big Hungry, without a doubt. We have a Redskin fan in here, dude. The Washington Redskins are a disgrace. How you go from first place to, damn, you might end up in the basement. I think I would hide my head if I were a Redskin fan right now. The Immaculate Fumble game. Okay. Well, there's always a lot of narratives on the Cowboys that are so wrong. There was an interesting piece. I forgot about bringing this out earlier. Let me see if I still have it. My quarterback. You know I'm in the tank for him, guys. So understand when you come in here, you better not talk about my quarterback. That's my teammate, and if you talk about him, it's not fair. But Dak, this is a quote from Dak. I'm never going to give up, and I'm never going to stop. When you have teammates and you have coaches that support you and push you and believe in you, then no matter what goes on, no matter the interceptions, no matter the fumbles, they've always got your back. It just allows me to keep my eyes forward and focus on my goal, and I've always been able to do that here. It's pretty profound. David Alexander with the super chat, going broke. Oh, come on, David. I love you, man. You know I appreciate you, man. That whole statement says a lot. You know how when a kicker misses, how the kicker is off on the side by himself and everybody hates him and everything else? You know how teams fracture, like, let's say, Seattle Seahawks after Russell Wilson's interception, when they should have won one, that defense never forgave the offense. They literally had to get Chris Richard and the defensive guys out of there. It never happens with this team. These guys, what he just said lets you know that, hey, we got each other's back. And, God. I know Bosch is laughing at me right now. I don't want to like Jason Garrett as our head coach, but I don't know how they did it. I don't know how this team stayed together, not pointing fakers, when we couldn't get 200 yards passing and we were 3-5 and looked like we were headed for the scrap heap. You got to give the man credit where credit is due. Now, he'll screw up some X's and O's, but he kept his team together, and that says a lot. And Jerry Jones threw him one hell of a safety net in Amari Cooper. On a side note, though, and I'll go into more of this on another video because we're getting close to the end of the show, but it seems like Dak and Amari are getting some kahunas. They kept doing the stop routes. And Amari basically complained to Dak, like, come on, man. Dude, we got to do the go route. It's like, that's not what it's called. He's like, dude, come on, we got to do it. So he's like, no, do the stop route. And then Dak, go ahead, do the go. And it's a touchdown. So they went against what was called by Scott Linehan. I'll have more on that one later on. But yeah. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Well, thank you very much, man. I've been blessed. I have been so blessed with everybody who has supported me, supported the channel, and supported the Dallas Cowboys. Dare you say chemistry? Oh my God, those two are incredible. Amari Cooper to Dak Prescott? Come on. If Amari Cooper, okay, let's think about this now. This is what's amazing. This is the narrative that is so funny to me. Amari Cooper over the last 5 games has more receiving yards than anyone else in the NFL. David Alexander, rob the bank. Thank you for the huge super chat. Man, you my boy, man. I appreciate that. So we hear that Amari Cooper has more receiving yards than anybody else in the NFL. He leads the NFL. Did Amari throw those passes to himself? Why don't they say the Dak and Amari combination leads the NFL over the last 5 games? Hey, son, E2. We missed you there, man. We missed you, man. I wish you could have been there with us, man.
What's his name?
Who? E2 Blue.
No, not him. The other
Kevon Frazier.
Yeah, they do look alike. We saw him.
Michael had to take a double take on the sideline. He's like, "What's E2 Blue doing out on the field?" It was like, "Oh no, that's Kevon Frazier." Yeah, y'all definitely doppelgangers. But that is the kind of stuff that you get with Dak. Dak's a choker. Dak stinks. But okay, hold on. But that combination is better than Big Ben to Juju. That's better than any other combination right now in the NFL. I don't care if it's Matty Ice to Julio Jones. I don't care if it's Kirk Cousins to whomever. It's the best combination in the NFL, yet nobody says jack about it. You understand what I'm saying? That's when you start looking and saying, there really is a bias here. And my chats have froze. I've got to do some work down here because I can't see my chats. Harper must be a Dallas fan, just dogging the Skins. Okay. Well, we got 2 minutes left to go, and I don't see my chats. Sorry, guys, I'm having technical difficulties here. Ah, there we go. Okay. It must be raining. There you go. Rain, yeah, that's right. David Alexander's making it rain up in here, man. Did I bring you something back? Yeah. E2, I bought you a pen. Yeah, of course. E2, you know I want to hook you up. I want to see where we go. Well, look, enjoy. Listen, if I could just say one thing, just enjoy this right now. Well, let's just see where it goes. Let's not worry about anything. As they say in Jamaica, I think it's Irie. Don't worry. Be happy. Just be cool. Enjoy this. Enjoy the fact that you can go ahead and talk crap. You bastard. Come on, E2. Come on. Don't you know you can take a joke, man. But listen, E2, Sunday, Lucky's, and Rebecca. I got you, Rebecca, man. Okay. Super chat from David Alexander. Thank you very much. What do I think about Terrence Williams making a comeback? Man, I don't think so. I think Terrence Williams will be gone at the end of the season. Bill Bates, I tell you what, if they're more in sync by playoffs, then that will be scary. Redskins fans go back into the basement. Oh, man. Well, if we win one more game, we're in the playoffs. We've got the division. Dak's going to have to take less. Okay. Yeah, I know you love me too, man. Hopefully everything's going good, man. You got to pick up the phone and give me a call. Terrence who? Exactly. Terrence who? But one last note as I get out here. And, you guys talking about my quarterback. Understand that 90 million guaranteed man's got 0 points on the score. Let me say it again. They had a team last year with no quarterback, and they were one step away from the Super Bowl. Now they spend $90 million on this guy, and but I believe the Dallas Cowboys are getting a little bit of a swagger out there. They're getting a little bit of an attitude, and they are beginning to develop this chemistry and this aura about them. And right now, if you're other teams, you're in that offensive film session and you're looking at the Hot Boys and Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch, you get to the point where you don't want to play those guys. Because when they come, the amazing thing about it is when you get hit, you go down. You don't see anybody breaking tackles on those guys. They come and they end up hitting, they come knocking, they come tackling, they come swinging, and when they get up, they are ready for some more. They are incredible. Oh my goodness. The friendly neighborhood blue shell. Thank you very much for the super chat. The Candom fandom does not deserve Dak Prescott. I didn't want to put it out there, but I believe we're blessed. But thank you very much, family neighborhood blue shell, man, for putting it out there like that. If I put it out there like that, I get some hate mail. All right, guys, I've got to get myself unpacked, get ready to go back to work tomorrow, and try and get everything back in here in one piece again. It's always hard when I go on the road and taking stuff apart and putting it together. But guys, my God, this weekend, meeting all you guys, hanging out with everybody. I wish I had more time and more opportunities. I wish I was in Dallas all the time so we could just hang out. But listening to you guys' stories and things and getting to know you guys know everything about me. I want to know everything about you guys as well. Thank everybody for all the support, man. And we are going to be on to bigger and better things. I'm Mark Holmes with Cowboy Joe Boo. And enjoy this week knowing that we have spanked everybody in our division. I'll see you.